Hey guys, how's it going? Harry, Yoke and Spoke. So today we're going to do a Yin Yoga class. Yin Yoga is a style of yoga that focuses on just stretching and in particular targeting the fascia, which is a substance that runs through all our muscles, through the ligaments, tendons, bone, everything. And so these stretches are longer, so that we can actually get the body to relax fully and get into that fascia tissue and start to open it up. So it's handy to have props for this one, so you can sort of support your body in the postures. I generally have a bolster, I've got a couple of blocks, I've got a strap which is 3 meters long, and I'm sitting on a roller which is around about a 40 centimetre version, 45 centimetres, which comes in handy as well. So if you haven't got any of those, you can still do this yoga for sure, but it does make it easier, and you can actually, it's easy to get a roller from anywhere, and you can actually just put a blanket over to make a bolster. Blocks are easy to get, 3 metre straps are a little harder, and the bolster, and I got both those from a company called Stretch Now online. So if you're going to be serious about adding yoga into your cycling, then I would get these props, and that will make it a lot easier for you. Okay, so we're going to focus on sort of from this area down, so the legs, the hips and the lower back. That's the target zone. Let's face it, they're areas that get really tight from cycling. We can open them up, and that will improve our ability on the bike for sure. Okay, so let's bring our hands into prayer and begin. Closing the eyes, sitting tall. Coming into the body, connecting with the breath. Hands to the knees, and we'll continue into our body. Okay, we're going to move into our first posture, which will be opening up the foot and the ankle. The fascia meridians are fully connected from the sort of base of your foot here, back of the leg, up through your lower back, up through the back of the neck, all connected. We can begin the process of work on the lower back, starting down here with the feet. For this one, in its rawest form, we're just tucking the toes. Most of you know this one. It's quite a challenging posture. Toes are tucked under, so we get that stretch through the ball of the foot, through the arch, a little bit up in the Achilles, not that much so. If you want to ease it off a little bit, what I like doing is using the roller here, and if you pop it around the middle of the shin, you can actually rock forward to bring that weight off, like this. And then you can ease back onto it. You can move it forward towards the knees. That brings more weight down onto the feet. And if you have any knee issues, you can actually pop that like this and just sit on it, and that should take the pressure off the knee joints. So lots of options there. And we'll just do a couple of minutes here. So just closing your eyes and remembering we're just trying to soften into it. If at any point you need to come out of it, just come forward, take the weight off, back into it when you're ready. We have a lot of problem areas down here in our society, and just walking bare feet outside a lot can make a big difference, though coming into winter it's a little trickier. Softening, allowing. Just 1 more minute here. And to come out of this one, just come onto the hands and knees and we'll release the feet. Just give them a little bit of tapping there. Just rolling the ankles a little bit. And then just extending the legs out to the front to release everything. I'm going to move into the calves now, because again the calves can affect the lower back greatly, and indeed you may find that if you stretch the calves before any activity, it'll release a whole lot of other stuff in your body, and they're usually pretty tight. So we'll be standing up for this one. Okay, so we're just coming into the wall like so. Left foot forward, right leg back, nice and straight. Now that heel, you don't want it turned in like that because you'll miss the stretch, so you just got to try and get it coming back as straight as you can. So you push back into the heel and you bring the hips forward to increase the stretch. So you might start off out a little bit and then just gradually come forward into the stretch. And we just, again, just relax into it. And like the previous stretch, we'll hold each side for around 2 minutes. So we're just going to change the leg straight over and just continue on to the other side. So for me this left calf feels quite a bit tighter than the right. And you may notice that as well in your body, a difference. So I shall spend a bit more time on the left side. Okay, so we'll just step forward and just give the legs a little bit of a shake out here. And just coming back into a seated position when you're ready. We're going to move into our first back bend for the class. So if you just want to come around, grab your block on the way through, coming down onto your tummy. We're going to start off with the Sphinx posture. So on the elbows, if you want it stronger, you can actually grab your bolster and pop your forearms on that. But if you're feeling something right now, I would just leave it as you are. If you're feeling it and it's too strong, just slide your forearms forward and just drop down a little bit lower. Tilt the block and just drop your forehead down onto that. And you're trying to just soften through that lower lumbar area as much as you can. As we soften there, we'll actually start to sink a bit deeper into the back bend as well. So it may possibly get more painful in that process and you might have to back off a bit. Alright, so we'll just drop down onto the tummy, just bring your arms by the side, head to the side. Just bring the hands by the chest and we'll just come up onto the hands and knees. Just take the knees out to the edge of the mat, big toes together, and we'll just drop back into the child's pose. And just straightening back up and extending the legs out to the front. Bit of a shake out. Okay, so we're going to move back around to the back of the legs and move up from the calves to the hamstrings. So hopefully we will have released them a little bit from the calf and also from that back stretch. So what might you need? You might need that, roller, block, even the bolster possibly, we'll see. So we're going to just shift the body onto the left side of your mat and just bring the right foot around into this position. So you don't want this knee here back too far, forward more than anything, and this straight leg goes out to your left a little bit. So you sort of feel reasonably straight as you're sitting here. Now if you're having any problems with this knee here, you can actually flip that leg around and pop that foot in against the knee as an alternative version. With this version here though, you will find that you do get a bit of a stretch down through here, through the quad, which can be really nice. Okay, so hands are either side of the straight leg, and we'd like that foot to be pointing sort of in that direction, but you may find, depending on your flexibility, it might stick out to the left. If you find it's too strong behind the knee, you can put a block under there, optionally. Okay, so from here we just drop down forward, and then we come, you can just let your head hang here, or I've got a block here, I could maybe not quite. You can use your roller here, just pop it on an angle, you can just rest your forehead down like that, and then at some point in time, if you find you've opened up and you want to go a bit lower, then you can change that prop out for something else, or you can just not use a prop at all. And you're just trying to soften through the back of the leg as much as you can, and you'll feel after 30 seconds, maybe a bit longer, you'll feel that muscle do that initial release, and that's when you'll find you start to drop in. And I can feel that by opening that calf, I'm actually feeling a lot looser through the hamstring today. Straightening back up. Now we're going to add another part to this one, but only for if you've got your right leg in this position mine's in now. If you've got your foot in there, just stay in that forward bend. Otherwise we can start to recline backwards. So onto the forearms. If you've got your bolster nearby, you can just grab that and possibly drop down onto that like so. That's enough for me right now. Really feeling it through this hip area, which is a little tight on this right leg. And then as you feel it opening, you can drop back onto your back or onto the bolster, just shift it back a little bit, come onto the shoulders. And just coming back up, right, just releasing that bent leg. And just giving the legs a little gentle loosen up there. And then we'll just shift our bodies to the right to bring the left foot around. Again, if that left leg doesn't work for you that way, just pop that foot around into the knee here. Straight legs on a slight angle out to the right. Hands either side, so you kind of lift and lengthen first and then drop forward. And then immediately just start softening. Really important with our yin practice that we just allow things to happen rather than trying to force the stretch. It happens in good time. Straightening back up, so again if you've got the leg in this position mine's in, we can start to recline backwards and start to work in that quad. Sometimes just shuffling your hips a little bit can bring you into that optimal position. Sometimes a block under this knee, if you kind of find your knee up like that, putting a block under that can help. But it's important with this one actually, because it's such a strong stretch, that you ease yourself into it. And stretching yourself back up. Releasing the legs. Sometimes you can get a little tender in the knees with that one. Very fine line. We'll just kick on back in Shavasana, let that all settle. Okay, we're going to move into a little bit of a twist now. So we'll start by coming over onto our right side. And the knees, we want to bring them up. So we've sort of got this 90-degree angle here. And that this right hand can actually rest on the top of the knee. And then we're going to take this left arm and shoulder over to the other side. And create this fairly gentle twist. Now if your left arm and shoulder is sort of hanging up in the air there, just put something under it so it can rest on something. And this left arm, you sort of want it back on a bit of an angle, sort of 45 degrees. And then you'll feel this really nice stretch through the shoulder, left shoulder here. This top leg here, if you want a slightly stronger version, just extend that out to the front, like so. Otherwise, they can just stay bent. And we're trying to keep the knees together here, so if you find this knee lifts up, just pop a block on between the knees. Optionally, the head can turn around to the left as well. Long, deep breath. So the other benefit of this twist is that it actually works quite strongly with the liver and the other organs. You can feel a little bit of pressure happening down in there. Just gives them a little massage. Okay, so just bring that left arm back around and we can rest up on the side here. Or alternatively, you can come onto your back and just bring the knees into the chest. Just do a little bit of rolling around. And then we'll just roll over onto the left side. Okay, so the bottom arm or left hand rests on the top knee here, and then we just swing that right arm and shoulder over to the other side. Again, that right arm's out at an angle here. And if you need to chock something under it, do so. And if you want a stronger version, just again swing that top foot forward like so. You can actually rest that on a roller or something if it's not quite on the floor. But as I've said, if you're feeling something, maybe that's all you need. Long deep breaths through the nose. And slowly just rolling back over onto the left side, or you can come over onto your back, whatever works for you. And we'll come into a seated position. We're going to finish with the bound reclining butterfly pose. So I'll need our bolster and a strap for this one, possibly a block which will just rest on the back of your bolster for the head. So I think most of you know this one by now, but if you're new, we bring the feet into this as the butterfly position with our legs, soles of the feet together, knees are out wide. We've got the bolsters wedged behind our back there. Now if it's too strong once we come into the back bend, you can just move it back a little. We've got our strap here which we want to have a loop in, like so, which we shall pop over the upper body and right down around the base of the spine, really important, it's nice and flat. And then it comes around between the legs here. Now the buckle, you want it to be to one side and it's going to be determined by this bit of strap here. You want it sort of coming back towards you so you can just pull it to tighten. And then we just loop it around both feet, tighten her up. And just keep on tightening until such time as the heels are around 6 inches from the groin. So it's reasonably tight, but not so tight that you're like cutting yourself in half. It will tighten once we recline anyway, so we just slowly recline. Now if you need the block, just rest your head on it, otherwise not. And then your arms, if you want a bit of a nice stretch through the shoulders here, just take them out to the side. You can take them behind your head, just rest them there like this, or a bit of both. And then we just sink into it. Such a nice posture. But if you do find it's uncomfortable with the leg or the groin, you can put a block under each knee to support the legs and take the weight off the groin. Slowly coming back upright. loosening off the strap, and we'll just pop that aside. We'll bring the bolster around, pop it under your knees, and we're going to kick back for a relaxation and let that all settle. So once you're in position, a couple of deep breaths. Just starting to bring a little movement back into the feet and hands now. Gradually rolling over onto your side. Slowly making your way into a seated position, and once you're upright, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Namaste. Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a stretch. Great class, and it's good to take that time out and spend at least 30 minutes to an hour on the body once or twice a week. Doesn't have to be every day, but whenever you get a chance. It's also mentally very relaxing and quietening of the mind, you may have noticed. Don't forget, subscribe, click like, leave comments. It all helps to form this community that I'm trying to bring together here with Yoke and Spoke. See you next time.